Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation today is the second Shabad from Sola Bani, Rag Asa Mahalla Pehla. Chhe Kar, Chhe Gur, Chhe Upadesh, Gur Gur Eko, Ves Anek, Baba Jai Kar Karte Kirat Hoye, So Kar Rakh वढ़ाई तोय रहाओ विश्वे चस्या कड़ियां पहरा थित्ती वारी माँ होआ सूरज एको रुत अनेक नानक करते के केते वेस. Let's consider very quickly the little meaning of the text. छे घर छे गुर छे उपदेश गुर गुर एको वेस अनेक here refers to the 6 traditions, each with its master, 6 paths of doctrine and faith. Though your forms be numerous, there is but one Guru of Gurus, creator of all. Now, this is a reference to the 6 major systems of thought that are generally acknowledged to comprise the spectrum of Indian philosophy. And it is to these that Guru Nanak is referring. And for those of you who are interested, we've listed them in the footnote below with their respective founders. The 6 systems of philosophy are pervasive, but the Guru's way is unequaled. And the Guru here refers to Shabad Guru, the creator. So the hint is that there is a primordial way, always available, always accessible, and not a contrived man-made system. And that is the system that is superior to all scripture. Baba Jai Kar Karte Kirt Hoye, So Kar Rakh Vadai Toye. In that house, Kar, where praise arises spontaneously, make that your establishment. Any house where praise of the Creator arises is acceptable. And we noticed in the previous Shabad that Kar here refers to the inner mind. If you would know how to gather true greatness and merit beyond compare, seek it where others sing the hymns to the Maker. That will be of benefit for you. So kar rakh, stay in that place. Vadai toy, it will be of benefit to you. Viswe, chasiyan, kadiyan, pehra, thithi, vara, ma hoa, suraj eko, rut anek, nanak karte ke kete ves. Now these are all units of time. Seconds and minutes and hours and days and seasons. They all spring from the one single source. Just as they spring from the sun, the creator, all that exists is from you, referring to the Guru. For the creator doesn't see it as different, it sees it all as one. The difference is in our perception, in our minds. Now, the message of the previous verse was to sing to that fearless one, Tum gavo nirbho ka soila, as a way to overcome the primal fear of death, of crossing the threshold into the unknown. The unknown should not be viewed simply as the void beyond death, but also what lies behind the randomness and uncertainty of daily existence. The very next moment, which is unpredictable and which may never come to pass. So we have to get over this fear, because fear is restricting and it shrinks us in some ways. It freezes us, makes us unavailable to participate fully in life. And the fear of failure, which is a kind of death for the Haume, freezes us and then builds boundaries around our existence. And this is why we tend to avoid change, or to make changes, or to follow our bliss, whatever or wherever that might lead, because we refuse to yield to our established patterns of behavior out of fear. Guruji had also used the metaphor of a wedding to capture the bride's separation anxiety and anticipation of future union. And the lesson for us is to keep our conditioning always deconditioned and learn to live with the unexpected, to take risks and to learn to trust the one who watches over us. And in this verse, that message is being reaffirmed, but in the context of the bewildering array of religious belief, doctrines, and practices that present themselves to the ordinary person. That was the case then, it is the case today. So which school of thought or religion should one adhere to or follow? Guruji's advice is very telling in this respect. What is very striking is that we find no criticism or recommendation of any particular school of thought. In fact, they're all ascribed to a single source, the one universal being, Ek Onkar. And to emphasize and clarify the point, Guru Nanak uses the analogy of the sun as the source of different seasons, which cause the different units of time. So in the refrain here, Guru Nanak reverts back to that house, signifying the intuitive mind or the inner self as the scripture to read. That is the scripture that we should be following. The emphasis is on educing divine qualities that are already homogenized in us, suggesting that reading one's own mind is more important than reading any scripture. And the point to note again here is giving praise or singing does not imply the physical act of singing out aloud, although doing kirtan, as we do, is a recommended way to enrich the mind. Singing rather means to cultivate the mind. So an alternative interpretation of this passage that we would like to note is that Shi Ghar Shi Gur, a-sabad-a-day is referring to the five senses and the mind. There is also some discussion around the term Baba. Now in Gurbani, Baba, literally meaning big, has been used to denote the creator, but it also has been used to signify Guru Nanak. And in this passage, he uses Baba in the vocative sense, that is, in addressing himself as a way of addressing the mind. There are some important takeaways that we can actually glean from this passage. One is the validity and coexistence of different religious traditions as a fact and something that should be accepted as different reflections of the same creator. Ek hai, anek hai. All diversity originates from the same source. Access the intuitive mind, which provides the needed counterweight to our propensity for analysis and breaking things down so that we can get a glimpse of the infinite. It also follows that if all religions are to be respected and their validity allowed, then the quest for a universal religion, that is the desire to convert others, should be abandoned. In fact, we should strive to make the other to become one's self. We leave you with these thoughts. Until the next time, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.